Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is a special commission meeting. Meeting is scheduled Tuesday, August 18th, 2015 at 7 p.m. Commission Chambers, 500 Southwest 109th Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Clerk will note the absence of Mayor Lopez and Commissioner Duazo.
Please, let's stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray. Dear God and Celestial Father, we thank you, Lord, for being here today, for being part of this governing board. Thank you for the confidence of our residents that put this function on our shoulders. Thank you for all those that tirelessly work for this city in every angle. Tonight, we ask you to guide us with love, with understanding, and for the betterment. Give us wisdom for the betterment of this community. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. There is any public comments about the agenda? Item number 4. We move to item number 5, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, directing the mayor to rescind recent layoff, directing the city attorney to seek court relief if necessary, and providing an effective date. This item was had a motion. It was expressed by motion by the commission last meeting. Mr. Attorney.
That is correct, Mr. President. The 3 items that you have here before you were motions that were approved by this commission previously and now are formally here as resolutions as a cautionary measure just in case we do end up in litigation at some point.
Okay, I want to.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bergignan, a second by Commissioner Barreto. All in favor? Okay, roll call, Madam Clerk. Let's
Explain to me what is
the
Mr. President, possible? Explain to me what is it.
the first item on the agenda, Commissioner Duazo, item number 5, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, directing the mayor to rescind the layoff, directing the city attorney to seek court relief if necessary and providing an effective date. To the public, this is to pedirle al señor alcalde que detenga la decisión de despedir o de separar de sus posiciones a un número considerable de trabajadores hasta que termine el año fiscal y de esta manera analizar si verdaderamente estos despidos son necesarios.
May I meet al mayor?
There is a motion, Commissioner, by Commissioner
Okay.
Bergignan, and there is a second by Commissioner Barreto. You want to make any comments?
I say thank you for explaining in Spanish. Thank you.
You're welcome,
It's
Commissioner.
very clear.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Morano?
No.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Commissioner Duazo?
Yes.
Commissioner Bergignan?
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanya?
Yes.
President Diaz?
Yes, item 5 passed 6-1. Move to item number 6, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, imposing a memorandum of layoffs, directing the city attorney to seek court relief if necessary and providing an effective date. This explains more or less the same, Commissioner Suarez?
Yeah, it says moratorium, not memorandum.
No, it's moratorium. It's a moratorium.
Imposing moratorium.
A moratorium is
I know what it is. I think
okay.
you said memorandum.
Did I say Okay, I'm sorry for the records correcting. It's a moratorium of layoff. Directing the city attorney to seek court relief is necessary. Y de nuevo, en español para nuestra comunidad, que hay muchos hispanoparlantes, esto es una resolución que está pidiendo la comisión al señor alcalde para que exista un moratorium, que es igual en español, para que se congelen los despidos o los layoffs de los trabajadores hasta tanto se resuelva el balance del presupuesto del año fiscal 15-16. Do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Berguignan, second by Commissioner Maroño Anjanio. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Commissioner Duaso?
Yes.
Commissioner Bergignan?
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo?
Yes.
Commissioner Maronio?
Yes.
President Diaz?
Yes, item 6 passed unanimously. Item number 7, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, directing the mayor to stop funding of certain unbudgeted positions, directing the mayor to eliminate certain unbudgeted positions, directing the city attorney to seek court relief if necessary, and providing an effective date. Para la audiencia hispanoparlante también, esto es una resolución que está pasando la comisión para que el alcalde detenga el empleo de muchas personas a posiciones que no están presupuestadas y de esta manera impactando el ya un poco apretado presupuesto que tenemos para el año fiscal. Entonces, esto es lo que queremos hacer y si es necesario tomar una acción en la corte para que el señor alcalde tenga que cumplir con las instrucciones del cuerpo de gobierno que es la comisión de la ciudad de Sweetwater.
To the chair.
Yes, Commissioner Bergin.
I want to make clear that so they can understand what's going on. I'll say it in Spanish. You're talking over $700,000 in unbudgeted line, and then the mayor has laid off approximately 14 people. I can't tell. I don't have a list. So that's not really fair to the workers that are already budgeted for the fiscal year. Lo quisiera decir en español también. Esto es una resolución para despedir a las personas que el alcalde ha cogido para posiciones que no tienen, que no están presupuestados en más de $700,000. Y por lo mismo, las resoluciones que han ido antes de esta era para parar a las personas que han despedido, como 14 personas en la ciudad que tienen el presupuesto de este año hasta octubre 1. Quería que todo el mundo supiera que son $700,000 que han puesto personas en trabajo. Gracias.
Do I have a motion? Moved by Commissioner Barreto, second by Commissioner Janio. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Duaso?
Yes.
Commissioner Bergignan?
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo?
Yes.
Commissioner Maronio?
No.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
President Diaz?
Yes, item 7 passed 6-1. We go to item number 8, and this is the appointment of Phil Procaci to the UTMA board. We have here our good friend from FIU, Tom Gustafson, that is championing this program.
Thank you. Just briefly, Mr. Procaccio is qualified. He filed his application. It was signed by the mayor, as was the application of the other 4 people you've already appointed, which was Tom Hartley from FIU, Amy Gonzalez,
Raul
Rodriguez, and Robert Harada.
Robert Herrera.
I asked Phil, because tonight I knew his name was up, to make sure he met with the other board members and made sure that they were okay with that appointment, that they didn't have another suggestion, which they have a right to make, They have no other suggestion. And so I hope you will take up Phil tonight when you, if you do appoint him tonight, which it's scheduled for tonight, then that'll be the 5th board member. That'll let us, under the bylaws, trigger our initial board meeting of the University City TMA. Then they're off and running. I'm gonna set them up to meet with the DOT. We're gonna try to get that $500,000 grant, which I said we would get if I had an operating board. But you have to do one more thing after the vote for Mr. Percacia, if you appoint him. You then have to ask the audience, does anybody have any objections to, or objection or challenges as to the qualifications of the 5 people you've appointed? And then if there are no objections, then the process is complete and the board sits probably next Tuesday in their first meeting, if we can schedule some time in the chambers to meet at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. I'm still trying to poll everybody to get everybody on board. So that's what we have to do. We're almost done. I appreciate your perseverance. We've had 4 or 5 meetings on it, but this is a good board. It's business. It's balanced.
Community improvement.
It represents all interests of the city, and its job is to go run a transit system that is the best we know how to do with the technology that FIU will be bringing on board, both on new vehicles in their improved state and in the intelligence from ITPA.
All right. Before we take a vote, I would like to ask the audience if they wanted to challenge to be after, but if we appoint him, what is the what the public is
The
saying
idea is that once you've appointed, because you have a right to appoint, you've heard the testimony that they've all filed their applications, that they're qualified members. You appoint them.
All right.
And then you ask.
We'll do
and
it.
then if there's no objections,
Okay.
then we proceed. If there was objections, then we have to have an evidentiary hearing, which I hope we don't have to have.
Okay, hopefully
May I,
not.
President?
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Please, you are compromised.
You are compromised with the TMA. Yes, he does.
Remember, you say
Compromise.
next year.
Yeah, he wants to make you responsible for bringing the $500,000.
Well, I have FIU's 100,000.
You try your
Today,
best.
We were talking with Phil Percacia to get the 100,000 out of the North Sweetwater businessman, so we're working on it.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, there is a motion by Commissioner Barreto and a second by Commissioner Bergignan to appoint Phil Procacci to the UTMA, which is the University City
Management, Transportation.
Transportation and
Association
Management.
Of Sweetwater.
Yes.
Inc.
All right. Do everyone in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Item 8 passed unanimously.
And now you have to ask about the
Now, do we have anyone in the audience that wants to challenge the qualification of Mr. Phil Procacci
or any of the other 4.
or any of the others? Or Raul Rodriguez, Robert Herrera, maybe we have someone for Robert, and
Tom Hartley
Tom Harley from FIU,
and Amy Gonzalez.
Amy Gonzalez. I think that they really represent a good board and they are very qualified for those positions. Okay, no one is challenging any of those qualifications for these friends of the city.
And I'd like that to be recorded by the clerk in the minutes, so I have that. That
Okay,
there were no challenges.
Madam Clerk,
Thank you.
no challenges
So
whatsoever.
noted.
Not even for Robert.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for your efforts on this.
Thank you.
Make sure you put that, not even for
No, that's off the record. All right. We go to item number 9, ratification of department directors. Commissioner Bergignan.
To the chair.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Well, it's not me. I just reminded them, but it's part of the Sweetwater Code in a section that requires that after any meeting after the original meeting of the city. Let me put it here. Let me read it so it'll be clear. If the city commission does not confirm a department head or director for any particular department as required in subsection C or D above, then the mayor shall submit another person for confirmation by the city commission for such department at the same meeting or no later than the next special or regular city commission meeting, whichever comes first. So at each meeting, the mayor needs to bring up, or hear violation of the code. And next time we'll just put code, hopefully if, we need to. I guess we're gonna go, the mayor has, you might wanna talk about this.
All right, the mayor just sent a memorandum, and I think that the mayor should have been here tonight, since this is something that comes directly from his office, but he's not. He is bringing before the Commission for Parks and Recreation, Mercedes Rodriguez.
To the chair.
Commissioner.
Can you read the memorandum from the mayor?
Please be advised I am unable to attend tonight. I already read it.
No, not to the public,
Tell her to read.
because he have a reason to be out tonight.
Well, I read it already. You want to read it to the audience? I read that.
The horse thing? I don't hear, okay.
Okay, so we go, Mr. Attorney, we go one by one.
The commission can proceed as it wishes, either take them one at a time or the five names. However, I want to remind the commission that I believe that there was a motion, a second, and a positive vote on deferring, I believe, the finance director's ratification till
To
after
the
the
end of
budget.
the budget.
I believe until after the budget process, if I recall the motion. by
That'll be
Commissioner Bernier.
until October the 5th, which is the first meeting right after the budget.
Okay, so he's,
So you may proceed one by one or with the four
Yeah.
remaining.
Yes, I think it's better to go on.
if I can, through the chair.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Because of all the political stuff that's been going on and everything, I just want to make clear with everybody, by no means am I going by any kind of a personal standard on anybody. Some of these people we know, we don't know, we've met, they've given us resumes, so any decisions, at least that I make, are not going to be on a personal basis. There's a lot of different reasons why a person might not be a fit for our city.
Right.
Okay.
I do agree with Commissioner Bergignan. Please don't take any of our decisions on a personal sense, since we are trying to bring to the city or ratify directors that will really be able to impact the city in a positive manner. And I know that there is a lot of animosity on these issues, but we are trying our best for the city. We love the city. We want the city to prosper and to shine. So we are gonna take a vote on Mercedes Rodriguez for Parks and Recreations.
Mr. President,
Yes?
I think she's here. Is there any way
Yes.
that she can talk over, you know, his background,
Ms.
her
Rodriguez,
background?
you wanted to address the commission, please?
Second on each one.
Good evening, buenas noches. I submitted my resume for consideration to be the Parks Director about sometime midsummer, and I've had the opportunity to be here for about 3 weeks. It's been a very fulfilling experience. You have an amazing staff that cares so much about the department. I'm a little bit about my background. I was born and raised here in Miami. My parents came in the 1960s. My father's a political prisoner and was an attorney. He passed away a few years ago. I'm the oldest of 3 girls. And my past career was with Miami-Dade County for about 24 years. Part of that career, I worked for about 7.5 years with the Parks Department. And I would like to have the opportunity to put some of that experience with your department. I believe that your department needs the opportunity to take it to a little bit to the next level. Your staff, again, is amazing. I give the opportunity to each of them to come up with their ideas as well and try to implement them the best for the department. I would like to, I presented a calendar of events to try to do some of them with the private sector, try to bring in additional revenue, which that department needs. I'd like to say a little bit in Spanish. Buenas noches. Soy una de 3 niñas en mi casa, nací aquí, estudié aquí, mis padres son de Cuba, mi papá es preso político, fue abogado y los últimos 24 años estuve en el condado como empleada. Apliqué a esta plaza hace como a mediados del verano, hace como 3 semanas empecé en este departamento, ha sido una bendición trabajar con el equipo que ustedes tienen, de verdad que quieren mucho al departamento. Lo que yo le brindo al departamento y a ustedes, la comisión con todo respeto y al alcalde, es traer ideas nuevas para traer fondos adicionales al departamento que le hace falta y tratar de traer programas nuevos también, especialmente competir con las ciudades que están cerca de la ciudad de Sweetwater. One of the things I'd like to introduce is to strengthen our sports program and bring additional revenue to the department and try to work and trying to create different committees for different opportunities. I provided each one of you my humble resume, and I hope you give me that opportunity. And I certainly would sit down with each of you regarding your ideas and work together with the administration as well. And if you have any question, try to make it brief.
I move,
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
I move for Park Director Mercedes Rodriguez.
Okay,
Let me question, may I, Mr. President?
go ahead, Commissioner.
Please, what your record for baseball? Only the administration.
Excuse me?
Only administration, no baseball. And your record say administration, no anything in baseball.
Whether I play
Why your
baseball?
record? Why your record in baseball?
Well,
In sports, no
On
in
sport.
baseball.
Well, I'll give you some of my background. When I was in a different stage in my life, when I was in better shape, I did cross country. I played soccer. I did a little bit of basketball and actually got second place. I have a trophy with basketball, but with baseball, no, I did softball. So my dad played actually shortstop at the University of Havana. So that's as close as I got to baseball.
All right. Okay, it was a motion for Commissioner Barreto. Do I have a second?
Second.
There is a second by Commissioner Janio. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bergnon,
No.
Commissioner Barreto,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo,
Yes.
Commissioner Maronio,
No.
Commissioner Suarez,
Yes.
Commissioner Duaso,
No.
President Diaz.
No. So that was a 4-3.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry that you are not being ratified. Okay, we move to Finance Director, and do I need, Mr. Attorney, a motion to defer the ratification of Mr. Ricardo Mentes until October the 5th after the adoption of the 2015-16 budget?
I believe it was deferred at the last meeting,
Okay,
Mr. President. So you already have a deferral on it.
okay. But do we have a specific date?
I believe the time frame was until after the budget, and it would be any special meeting or the first regular
Okay,
regularly scheduled meeting after the completion
Okay.
of the budget process.
all right. So that we go to building. Mr. Carlos Lanza for building department. There is a
Second.
motion by Commissioner Maronio, and there is a second by Commissioner Duaso. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Barreto,
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo,
Yes.
Commissioner Maronio,
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez,
Yes.
Commissioner Duaso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bergnon,
Yes.
President Diaz.
Yes. Building department, Mr. Carlos Lanza has been ratified, 7 unanimously. We go to police department. The name of the person is Aquiles Carmona.
Mr. President,
Yes.
the only thing I have is I don't have no background with Mr. Carmona. I don't know his resume. I don't know anything about him. He's here? No.
Mr. Carmona is not here, right? No.
No.
I'm,
I don't know. My decision is, I really don't know what I'm going to do because we need a new chief of police that now
Well-
we have an interim. We don't have chief of police. Well, I don't know who's
Commissioner
this person.
Barreto, I totally agree with you. The persons on these, the names on this list should be courteous enough, like Ms. Rodriguez did, that she extend a resume to each of one of us and speak to us about her qualifications. And I think that Mr. Carmona was a sergeant for the city of Miami, and I don't know to what extent he's got the qualifications. I would like to question Mayor Lopez if this the best choice that he has to move forward this police department.
And also for the safety of
Through the
the
chair?
city of Sweetwater.
Go ahead, Commissioner Bergen.
I think in order to maybe move this along, we've met Mr. Carmona. I don't have his resume. I don't have anything about him. I suggest that maybe in order to have a police chief, that maybe we give him, not ratify him, but allow him, since he's nominated, the mayor can place him as interim chief
Well-
for the next 2 months.
But he can do that even if we don't decide so. If he's not approved, he can have
Well-
him as interim.
But we can accept him as interim for 2 months, let's say, and without ratifying him. And then in 2 months, we can vote again.
I understand, Commissioner, I agree with you, but I think that all these positions have to have a director before the next, I mean, they should have been already brought to the commission and ratified. If those candidates are not the right ones for the commission, they are gonna be acting as interim until the mayor brings another name. So I don't have a problem with that.
Through the
Can we do
chair.
that like that?
Commissioner
How would it
Suarez.
legally, how would we say it?
Excuse me,
Sure.
Mr. Attorney.
Yeah. I have the same problem Prisca was explaining a little while ago. I haven't seen his resume. He's not here this evening. The mayor is not here either to support his nomination. So I cannot vote blindly like
Right.
this.
Right.
Either yes or no.
That's right.
So
Bueno.
my idea is to defer this to the next meeting, hoping that they will both be here, Carmona and the mayor, and that they will submit the resume.
And another assistant chief, have another two.
The
Okay.
next
Uh,
meeting will
okay.
be at beginning of September.
Can you please
Let's
answer me?
let's explain us, Mr. Attorney, please.
If I understand what you're trying to accomplish, Commissioner Bergenian, and correct me if I get it wrong at every point in time, but I believe what you are trying to accomplish is prior to full ratification, you want to defer ratification for 2 months to allow this this nominee, if you will, to see how he performs as chief, and then to come back in 2 months and deal with the full with the ratification itself.
Okay.
I think that that'll help us move along. Also, Mr. Diaz was not ratified, and then he will be here until we
Well,
keep playing this game
No, but
with the mayor.
Commissioner,
And-
I totally agree with you, but it says, during the period provided in subsection C, D, or E for the appointment and confirmation of the department heads or directors, the mayor shall appoint an interim department head or director of the applicable department to serve until the particular department heads or director is confirmed by the city commission. So that means that if it's not ratified tonight, he's gonna function or operate as an interim chief of police until the next meeting, in which
Is-
he can bring another
No,
name.
No, I don't.
Well, this
Can
is-
you answer us, Mr. Attorney?
I don't believe it's automatic like that. That
No,
if you,
the mayor appoints the interim.
correct.
What we're saying is, we're giving an
To
option
appoint him as an interim?
that, no, not necessarily appoint him as interim, that we're gonna give him an opportunity as a Mr. Quadra explained, we'll give the other man an opportunity until we see how he performs for the next 2 months, until we then ratify him. By then we have his, meet him, see his resume, see everything, and we move forward. At least we're moving on to another name.
Okay, do I have a motion for considering Mr. Achilles Carmona interim chief of police until,
No.
That wouldn't be the appropriate motion. The motion from Commissioner Bergnyam, as I understood it, would be to defer ratification of
Achilles
of
Carmona.
Mr. Carmona for what period, sir?
2 months.
For 2 months, and to gauge his performance as chief of police, and to revisit that the ratification at the end of the 2-month mark.
In other words, if the mayor is serious about Mr. Carmona, then he will appoint him as interim until those 2 months are over. He can only do that, but it's up to him. We'll know if he's playing a game or not. I make a motion for that.
Okay, there is a motion by Commissioner Bergignan to ratify,
No,
Deferred.
No, ratify.
to defer.
okay, I haven't finished.
Okay.
As a interim, no?
No.
Oh, to defer, okay. So there is a motion by Commissioner Bergignan to defer Mr. Carmona for the next 2 months
To revisit his ratification, yeah.
as interim police chief.
If I may, just go ahead and restate the motion. It is basically to defer ratification of Mr. Carmona for 2 months to gauge his performance as chief of police and revisit ratification at the end of those 2 months. That's the motion that's before
There you
you.
go.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Yanio. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Yanya,
Yes.
Commissioner Morano,
No?
Commissioner Suarez,
Yes.
Commissioner Duaso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bergignan,
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto,
No, until I have all the background and resume from Mr. Carmona, my vote is no.
President Diaz.
My vote is no as well. I don't know his background. I don't know if it's gonna be led by somebody else to lead
Did it pass?
the police department. So, motions,
The motion passes 4-3,
4-3.
from the clerk, yes.
I had a question.
Through the chair, since I heard comments after my vote, I want to make sure that I understand my vote. He is not being ratified tonight. He's being deferred, and the mayor has the option to keep him as interim if the mayor decides for the next 2 months, and then this commission will meet at the end of the 2 months and go through the ratification process again, whether that ratification could be at that time a yes or a no, or the mayor still have the option to bring another candidate if he wishes to. Is that the right interpretation of what I have done tonight myself here?
You are correct, except up to the last point, that the name that is forward, that is before you now, and the name that will be before you in 2 months is
It's gonna
Mr.
be the
Carmona.
same.
It's gonna be the same. All right, it's still all right, yeah.
That will be October 1st?
5th.
2 months?
2 months.
No, 2
from
months.
today.
I mean, 2 commission meetings or 2 months?
I believe the motion was
2 months.
2 months.
2 months. That'll be then,
Not the middle of October.
middle of October, yes. Let me make it clear, I have nothing against Mr. Carmona. He's been very nice and courteous to me, but I don't know his administrative and experience background as a leader of a police department or a section of a police department. So people have to understand that this position requires a great deal of leadership, knowledge, administrative skills, and we need to move forward with the police department, a person that is extremely sharp on and have the right leadership to lead the police department.
I agree with you because it's the safety of our residents. 100%.
And another comment for the records, if Mr. Carmona is so qualified for this position, why Mayor Lopez didn't bring him
For the first time.
for hand, before Mr. Placido Diaz? But
Okay.
Next.
let's move forward with Public Works. The name submitted by Mayor Lopez for Public Works is Guido Pucci. Is Pucci here tonight?
No,
This is extremely,
Through the chair.
yes.
Pucci's been here forever. He's a great employee.
Yes.
He's done this before where he was a director and it kind of didn't work out for him. It was too much, there was too many things going on and too much pressure was placed upon him, and it was better suited to the city that he worked where he's at now. He's like second in command. And by the way, if he is not ratified today, he goes back to his job. He doesn't lose his job. He'll be okay. I think Alan is doing an excellent job.
right.
And I don't understand why the mayor's hesitating to put Alan when he's come on board and just done incredible things when he was given the money and the opportunity to fix a lot of things in the city. And he's done very well under all the political and financial pressures that were put upon him. So with that being said, I'm going to vote no for Pucci, but he stays in his job and he's doing a great job.
I had the experience to have Pucci as the head of the maintenance department as well. He's a great employee, very courteous. He knows most of the city issues and he knows how to operate all the machinery and all the equipment. But unfortunately, he doesn't have that supervisory skills to lead the. So I don't know if we have a motion to
May I meet
or
the
not to
president? May I meet the
ratify.
president?
the chair, please.
Go ahead.
Since, yeah.
One moment, Commissioner Suarez, Mr.
Mr. Pucci,
Commissioner
long
Duarte.
time in maintenance.
Mhm.
Sometimes terrible. I receive complaint every day, the employee. To a
Okay.
throne. This is impossible.
Okay,
Many years maintenance.
thank you, Commissioner.
My opinion, no.
Commissioner Suarez.
Yes, since Alan Abolila is here, I maybe don't know really well how to word this question, but I would like to ask him, are you volunteering to leave, or are you being told by the mayor that you would be replaced? If I may know. I am very happy with your job, let me just say that at the beginning.
Well, thank you. No, the answer to that is no to both of those. I'm very happy working for the city of Sweetwater. I enjoy what I do. I've come to love this city. I have the hopes that things will turn around and that we will reach some common ground and that this city will continue to prosper. But if the mayor presented.
I'm sorry, Mr. Arboleda. Commissioners, this is a long answer, and it's not being picked up by any mic, and so no one outside of this room. This is a public hearing. No
Is
one outside of this
listening,
room
so-
can actually listen to the answer. So I would say that if
You wanna come to the podium
so it
now,
can be
please?
captured by, as I see the signal from the booth over there. Julio waving.
The same two questions.
Yes, good evening, Commissioners. Yeah, the answer is no. I have no desire to leave. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy working for this city. I've, in the last month, obviously, have been disheartened with what's going on, but I have the hope that things will turn around and that this city will continue to prosper. I have no desire to leave, to answer that part of your question. And the second part is, if the mayor puts somebody else's name before you, it's up to the commission to decide if they want to ratify that person or not.
Thank you. I repeat again
You're
that I am very happy with what you have demonstrated during your tour in that position here in the city of Sweetwater. You have done a tremendous job
Thank you very
in a
much.
short period of time.
Thank you.
Great deeds, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, so do we move this to,
The two motions could be in order. Three actually. You could defer this. You can have a motion to ratify, and you can have a motion not to ratify.
okay, do I have either motion?
I have a motion to not ratify Mr. Pucci.
Okay, there is a motion on the floor not to ratify Guido Pucci. Do I have a second?
No.
Second.
Now, with that motion, if you vote yes, it means no ratification.
Okay. Okay, Madam Clerk. I have a second by Commissioner, moved by Commissioner Bergignan, a motion not to ratify Guido Pucci. A second by Commissioner Duaso, and the answer yes means not to ratify Mr. Pucci. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Morano,
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez,
Yes.
Commissioner Duaso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bergignan,
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto.
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo,
Yes.
President Diaz.
Yes. Motion has been passed unanimously not to ratify Guido Pucci for Maintenance Department's Director.
If I can, through the chair.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Val, just next time, for the people that weren't ratified, if we can just put that it was a code requirement instead of me. I'm not. To bring it to the commission each meeting after this?
All right, I would.
It's
I
done
would still-
automatically by operation of
No,
council.
I received an
Okay.
email saying
No, it's
that you
cool.
wanted it put on the
It's good.
agenda, so
Yeah, so that way nobody thinks I'm out to get anybody. Okay.
Now, I would like to make a comment just for the audience, and it's about this is a comment that I want to make for the residents of the city of Sweetwater. Es un comentario que quiero hacer para los residentes de la ciudad de Sweetwater, concerniente a una rueda de prensa que ha sido puesta en el calendario para mañana a las 10 de la mañana por la administración del alcalde López, concerniente a investigaciones que se han venido efectuando en el departamento de policía. And I want to translate that to English. And this is a comment related to a press conference that is going to be held tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock at the City Hall by Commissioner Mayor Lopez and the Chief of Police in relation to investigations that have been going on already for more than 2 years in the city of Sweetwater about the famous property room and about things that have been lost. And we really encourage the administration and Mayor Lopez and whoever is leading the police department to continue these investigations that are not being just performed by them, but they started since August 2013. And I think that we were extremely instrumental during these times, working together with the FBI and the FDLE. And tomorrow I hope that they can express that they are cooperating with the same investigations that we initiated 2 years ago. Queremos decirle a nuestros residentes que hablan español que mañana va a haber una conferencia de prensa y que el alcalde López y la persona que está dirigiendo el departamento de policía van a hablarle a la prensa sobre investigaciones que han sido conducidas por el Departamento de Investigaciones de la Policía del Condado y del FBI incluso,
El FDL.
en relación con los problemas que habían en el cuarto de propiedades del Departamento de Policía, en las cuales se sabe que se perdieron armas de fuego, que se perdió dinero, que se perdieron propiedades que le pertenecían a las personas que habían sido detenidas, y que esto fue comenzado desde hace 2 años, desde agosto de 2013, y que en estos momentos en realidad le pedimos a la administración que continúe sus esfuerzos por traer a la superficie todos estos problemas y acabar de una vez y por todas con los problemas de corrupción que ha enfrentado la ciudad en todos los niveles. Así que estamos felices por eso y es nuestro deseo que todas las cosas se solucionen de una vez y por todas.
By the chair.
Commissioner?
I only have a quick question. When, what's his name, Aquila Carmona is gonna be the term, she's
Well,
only for
it's
2
up to
months?
Hopefully it's up to
It's
the
up to the
mayor,
mayor? Okay, so that was
and
my
it should
question.
be tomorrow, I
Okay,
think.
that was my question.
If I can, to the chair.
Commissioner?
I just want, if you could please state that, so they can understand, the general public that doesn't hear me say it in English, that's, you speak Spanish a lot better, to explain to them that this is before this administration and before your administration. That these are things that happened 2 administrations ago that are now coming to light.
Sí, el comisionado Berguiñán quiere aclararle a la audiencia hispana y a nuestros televidentes que esto no es un problema que se ha generado ni durante esta administración ni durante la administración anterior en la cual fuimos parte de ella, sino que esto es algo que viene ya desde hace 2 administraciones anteriores y que se estuvo investigando, y debido a ese mismo carácter de investigación pues se estuvo limitado de dar datos y dar descripciones exactas o nombres que pudieran involucrar a ninguna persona o entorpecer las investigaciones en efecto. Gracias,
Thank you.
comisionado. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Jorman. There is a motion by Commissioner Barreto, second by Commissioner Duaso and Janio. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned at 7:47 p.m. Thank you very much to everyone for being here tonight.